A. Proverbs 18. I did not want to get up, but I'm up. The separatist seeks his own desire. He breaks out against all sound wisdom. A fool does not delight in understanding, but in covering his own heart. When a wrong one comes, scorn comes too, and with the shame comes reproach. The words of a man's mouth are deep waters. The fountain of wisdom is a flowing stream. It is not good to show partiality to the wrong, or to turn aside the righteous in right ruling. A fool's lips enter into strife, and his mouth calls for blows. A fool's mouth is in his ruin, and his lips are the snare of his life. The words of a slanderer are like delicacies, and they go down into the inner parts of the heart. Also, he who is slack in his work is a brother of a master destroyer. The name of Yahweh is a strong tower. The righteous run into it and are safe. The rich man's wealth is his strong city, and like a high wall in his own imagination. Before destruction, the heart of man is haughty, and before esteem is humility. He who answers a matter before he hears it, it is a folly and a shame to him. The spirit of a man sustains him in sickness, but who does bear a broken spirit? The heart of the understanding one gets knowledge, and the ear of the wise seek knowledge. A man's gift makes room for him, and brings him before great men. The first to state his own cause seems right, until another comes and examines him. The lot settles disputes, and separates between the mighty. A brother transgressed against is a strong city, and contention are like the bars of a citadel. A man's stomach is satisfied from the fruit of his mouth. He is satisfied with the increase of his lips. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and those loving it eat its fruit. He who has found a wife has found good, and receives favor from Yahweh. The poor speaks beseechingly, but the rich answers fiercely. A man of many friends might come to ruin, but there is a loving one who sticks closer than a brother. There's a lot there. I think with these Proverbs, it definitely helps to read them again and again and again, because certain things stick out at times. We do know this. What is it? Where did it go? He who has found a wife has found good. Yes, that is very true. And receives favor from Yahweh. There was one other thing that stuck out to me. Yeah, the name of Yahweh is a strong tower. The righteous run into it and are safe. The rich man's wealth is his strong city. I think today, with the current world that we're living in, it's important that we understand who he is, and that we actually use his name. It's the funniest contradiction to me. The church I grew up in, the LDS church, we have temples. We do sealing ordinances in them, I have my own set of beliefs on the temples. There are things in there that I think are righteous and true, and there are some things that I'm just like, these might be a little bit man-made tradition. But I went through the temple with my wife. We got sealed when she was like 7 months, 8 months pregnant. They don't like doing that these days because they're afraid that women are intentionally doing it to try to have a baby in the temple because it's like a holy place. But we went through, and it was a very spiritual experience for both of us. There was great joy in it. And I've thought about it often. We don't go to the temple right now. We can't because we don't have temple recommends. We don't pay a full tithe to the church. That's not how tithing works. But I don't want to have the Costco membership of faith. So but yeah, it's a contradiction to me because on the temple it says, holiness to the Lord. Basically, like, we're supposed to have God's name on our temples, right? His name is supposed to be on the temple, and they can't even tell me what his name is. Like most Mormons, most LDS, Latter-day Saints can't even tell me what God's name is, and it's right here. It's right in the scriptures. If you look at the Hebrew translation, it's right there. Yahweh, Jehovah. Actually, Joseph Smith knew. He knew because in Doctrine and Covenants, in his I don't remember which section it was, but in his dedicatory to the Kirtland Temple, the first temple that the Latter-day Saints ever built, he invoked God's name, Jehovah, Yahweh, the English version of God's name. He invoked it like no less than 4 times, and specifically referring to the Father. And I know, Jesus and God and the Holy Spirit, they're all the same, 3 in 1. I get that, the Trinitarian thing, but he was beseeching the Father, he was beseeching the personality of the Father and blessing the temple. Most Latter-day Saints don't know that. Which again, I would say, if you believe in something, you should read your own scriptures. You should read your scriptures. If you believe in God, you should read Torah and the New Testament. If you're Mormon, you should actually read Doctrine and Covenants and take into account what it has to say, because there are some good things in there. I believe that there are some things in the Doctrine and Covenants that were added in that by later men, not by Joseph. That, yeah. But anyways, that's Proverbs. I gotta go caffeinate and slap myself awake because I gotta drive. All right. Shalom.